Hello, friends, and welcome to what might be the most important Social Security update you'll watch this year. A groundbreaking plan that passed into law earlier this year is delivering massive benefit increases to millions of Americans, and the ripple effects are still being felt across the senior community in October 2025. If you're a teacher, firefighter, police officer, or any public servant who thought you'd never see your full Social Security benefits, this video has news that could change your financial future. Stay with me as I explain exactly what's happening and how to make sure you're getting every dollar you deserve. The Social Security Fairness Act represents the most significant change to Social Security in decades, and as we move through October 2025, millions of Americans are experiencing the life-changing impact of this historic legislation. The act eliminates the reduction of Social Security benefits while entitled to public pensions from work not covered by Social Security, which means that provisions called the Windfall Elimination Provision, known as WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, known as GPO, have been completely repealed. These two provisions had reduced or eliminated Social Security benefits for over 3 million. 2 million people who worked in jobs where they didn't pay Social Security taxes, but instead contributed to other pension systems, such as state teacher retirement systems or federal civil service retirement. To understand why this is such a monumental change, let me explain what WEP and GPO actually did to people's benefits before the Social Security Fairness Act eliminated them. The Windfall Elimination Provision reduced Social Security retirement or disability benefits for people who also received a pension from work where they didn't pay Social Security taxes. This primarily affected teachers, firefighters, police officers in many states, federal employees covered by the Civil Service Retirement System, and people whose work had been covered by a foreign Social Security system. The reduction could be substantial, sometimes cutting Social Security benefits by hundreds of dollars per month, which felt incredibly unfair to workers who had paid into Social Security during other parts of their career and believed they had earned those benefits through their work history. The government pension offset was even more devastating for many families because it reduced Social Security spousal or survivor benefits for people who received a pension from government work where they didn't pay Social Security taxes. Under the old GPO rules, your spousal or survivor benefit could be reduced by 2/3 of your government pension amount, and in many cases, this completely eliminated the spousal or survivor benefit entirely. Imagine working your entire life as a teacher, losing your spouse, and then being told you couldn't receive any of your late husband's or wife's Social Security survivor benefits because of a pension you earned through your own hard work. This created tremendous financial hardship for widows and widowers who were counting on those survivor benefits to make ends meet in retirement. The Social Security Administration announced it is immediately beginning to pay retroactive benefits and will increase monthly benefit payments to people whose benefits have been affected by the Windfall Elimination Provision and Government Pension Offset, and the implementation has been moving forward throughout 2025. What makes this particularly exciting is that as of July 7, 2025, SSA completed sending over 3.1 million payments, totaling $17 billion, to beneficiaries eligible under the Social Security Fairness Act 5 months ahead of schedule. This represents an incredible achievement by the Social Security Administration in processing such a massive undertaking, and it means that millions of Americans have already received significant financial relief from this landmark legislation. The financial impact for individuals affected by this change is substantial and life-changing. Impacted individuals will see an average increase of $360 per month in Social Security benefits, which translates to over $4,300 per year in additional income. For many seniors living on fixed incomes, this represents the difference between struggling to pay bills and living comfortably, between choosing between medications and groceries and being able to afford both without worry. Some retirees are seeing increases of more than $1,000 per month, particularly those who had their benefits completely eliminated under the old GPO rules and are now receiving their full spousal or survivor benefits for the first time. This payment will cover the increase in their benefit amount back to January 2024, the month when WEP and GPO no longer applies, which means that eligible beneficiaries received retroactive payments covering all the months since the law took effect. If you were affected by WEP or GPO and haven't received your retroactive payment or noticed an increase in your monthly benefit yet, don't panic, because the Social Security Administration is still processing some cases, and you should be receiving information soon. Most affected beneficiaries began receiving their new monthly benefit amount in April 2025 for their March 2025 benefit, and the vast majority of eligible individuals have already been paid. For those of you wondering whether you might be eligible for these increased benefits, let me explain who qualifies under the Social Security Fairness Act. You're potentially eligible if you receive a pension from federal, state, or local government employment where you didn't pay Social Security taxes, and you also receive Social Security benefits that were reduced because of WEP. Or you receive Social Security spousal or survivor benefits that were reduced or eliminated because of GPO. The most commonly affected groups include teachers in states with their own teacher retirement systems, firefighters and police officers with their own pension systems, federal employees who worked under the Civil Service Retirement System before it was replaced by the Federal Employees Retirement System, and state and local government workers in positions not covered by Social Security. The good news is that if you're eligible for these increased benefits, you don't need to take any action or file any applications because the Social Security Administration is automatically adjusting benefits and sending payments to all eligible individuals. Anyone whose monthly benefit is adjusted or who receives a retroactive payment will receive a mailed notice from Social Security explaining the benefit change or payment amount. If you believe you should be eligible but haven't received any notification or payment, I encourage you to contact the Social Security Administration directly or check your My Social Security account online to verify your current benefit status and ask about the Social Security Fairness Act adjustments. Beyond the Social Security Fairness Act, there are other important developments happening in October 2025 that could provide additional boosts to your Social Security income. The Social Security Administration will announce the cost of living adjustment for 2026 this month, and early projections suggest the COLA could be around 2.7 to 2.8%. This means that on top of any increases you received from the Social Security Fairness Act, your benefits will also increase in January 2026 based on inflation and rising costs. For someone receiving the average Social Security retirement benefit of about $2,008 per month, a 2.7% COLA would add approximately $54 to your monthly check, providing cumulative increases that really start to add up. The combination of the Social Security Fairness Act eliminating WEP and GPO, along with the annual COLA adjustments, creates a powerful boost for affected seniors. If you were one of the 3.2 million people who had your benefits reduced under the old rules, you're now receiving your full earned benefits plus the regular cost of living increases that all Social Security beneficiaries receive. This represents a fundamental correction of what many viewed as an unfair penalty on public servants who dedicated their careers to teaching, protecting communities, and serving in government positions. The fact that these changes were made retroactive to January 2024 acknowledges that these reductions should never have been in place and attempts to make people whole for at least some of the time they were affected. For those receiving supplemental security income, the landscape is also improving with the 2.5% COLA that took effect in January 2025, affecting more than 72.5 million Americans who receive Social Security or SSI benefits. While the Social Security Fairness Act primarily affects those with government pensions rather than SSI recipients, the overall strengthening of Social Security programs and the political momentum behind protecting benefits for seniors creates a more positive environment for all beneficiaries. SSI recipients face unique challenges because the program has strict income and asset limits, but the annual COLA adjustments help ensure that your purchasing power keeps pace with inflation even if the increases sometimes feel modest compared to the rising costs you experience daily. Social Security disability insurance beneficiaries also benefit from the elimination of WEP, as disabled workers who had pensions from non-covered employment previously saw their SSDI benefits reduced just like retirement benefits were reduced. If you receive SSDI and also have a government pension from work where you didn't pay Social Security taxes, the Social Security Fairness Act restored your full disability benefits and provided retroactive payments back to January 2024. This is particularly important for disabled individuals who often have limited ability to supplement their income through work and depend heavily on every dollar of their benefit payments to cover medical expenses and basic living costs. Veterans who worked in federal government positions before transitioning to the federal employees' retirement system or who held state and local government jobs in addition to their military service may find themselves benefiting from both the Social Security Fairness Act and their regular VA compensation and pension benefits. While VA benefits operate separately from Social Security and weren't directly affected by WEP or GPO, many veterans receive both types of benefits and appreciate any increase in their total monthly income from all sources. The fact that you can now receive your full Social Security benefits regardless of your government pension means that your combined retirement income from Social Security, VA benefits, and your government pension provides more comprehensive financial security. Medicare beneficiaries should note that while the Social Security Fairness Act increases your Social Security benefits, it doesn't directly change your Medicare premiums or coverage. However, having higher Social Security benefits does provide you with more income to cover Medicare Part B premiums, Part D prescription drug coverage, supplemental insurance, and out-of-pocket healthcare costs. For those who saw substantial increases in their Social Security checks due to WEP or GPO elimination, this additional income can make a significant difference in your ability to afford comprehensive healthcare coverage and necessary medications without constantly worrying about the cost. I want to acknowledge that while the Social Security Fairness Act represents tremendous progress and provides real financial relief to millions of Americans, there are still challenges facing Social Security as a program. The long-term funding questions about Social Security's trust funds remain a topic of national discussion, and it's important for all of us to stay informed and engaged with these issues. However, the passage of the Social Security Fairness Act demonstrates that when enough people advocate for change and policymakers listen to the voices of those affected by unfair provisions, meaningful reform is possible. Your experience with this legislation shows the power of persistence and advocacy in protecting and strengthening the benefits you've earned. If you found this information valuable and want to stay updated on all the latest Social Security developments, including the upcoming COLA announcement for 2026, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss important updates that could affect your benefits. I encourage you to share this video with anyone you know who might have been affected by WEP or GPO, because even though the Social Security Administration is automatically processing these changes, many people still don't fully understand what's happening or how much their benefits have increased. Leave a comment below sharing your experience with the Social Security Fairness Act if you've received increased benefits, and let me know how this additional income has impacted your life and what it means for your financial security in retirement. The Social Security Fairness Act has fundamentally changed the landscape for millions of Americans who were previously penalized for working in public service jobs that didn't participate in Social Security. By eliminating the windfall elimination provision and government pension offset, this historic legislation restored full Social Security benefits to over 3.3. 2 million teachers, firefighters, police officers, federal employees, and other public servants with an average monthly increase of $360, and some individuals seeing increases of over $1,000 per month. As of July 2025, the Social Security Administration had already distributed over $17 billion in retroactive payments covering benefits back to January 2024, completing this massive undertaking 5 months ahead of schedule. Your immediate action steps should include checking your My Social Security account at ssa.gov to verify your current benefit amount and see if you've received any adjustments related to the Social Security Fairness Act. If you believe you should be eligible for increased benefits based on having a government pension from non-covered employment but haven't received any notices or payments, contact the Social Security Administration at 1-800-772-1213 to inquire about your status. Watch your mail for official notices from Social Security explaining any benefit changes or retroactive payments you've received. Keep all documentation related to your government pension and Social Security benefits in a safe place in case you need to reference them in the future. Stay informed about the upcoming 2026 COLA announcement expected later this October, as that will provide another boost to your benefits starting in January 2026. Remember that these benefit increases represent money you earned through your years of hard work and contributions, and you deserve to receive every dollar you're entitled to under the law. The Social Security Fairness Act corrected a long-standing injustice and provides you with greater financial security in your retirement years. Don't hesitate to reach out for help if you have questions about your benefits or need assistance understanding how these changes affect your specific situation. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to bringing you more updates as additional Social Security news develops. Take care of yourselves and enjoy the financial relief that these well-deserved benefit increases provide.